Hey guys, so today I wanted to do a quicker video to break up the haul and then my favorites, which is coming up Sunday, and I thought what better to do than a brow tutorial. This is the brow look we're going for, if you can see that. I've been absolutely obsessed with the way this looks recently. I think it's really full but so natural looking, and it just gives the nice framing effect, which is what you want from brows. The products I'm using today are my beloved Essence Eyebrow Designer as well as eyeshadow and gel. It is kind of a couple different products, but it's actually really quick to do, and a lot of these products are things I feel like you'd have something similar in your collection already. Also, I should mention that this brow look is kind of going off of the idea of following your natural brow shape. So if you're anyone with, even if they're sparse or if you have a good shape to your brows, you'll be able to recreate this look nicely. But if you're somebody whose brow shape's a little not so great, like your tails are, some people don't have tails, I know, and then if you're also trying to reshape your brows, this is not the look for you. But if you're someone who wants to play up your natural brow shape, this is going to be great. And I am basing this loosely off of Jaclyn Hill's most recent brow tutorial, so I will link it below. Give credit where credit is due. I learned from her, as we all do. Without any more chatting, let's go ahead and jump in. If you want to see how I got this brow look, please stay tuned. So here are my brows, not done yet. As you can see, I have pretty I'm trying to think of the word. They're decent brows. They're not super full, but they're not super sparse. They're kind of easier to work with. They are like a darker blonde, so a little darker than my hair, but actually without being filled in, they're about the right level for this. I do go a little darker because obviously when you're filling in, it's always gonna get, I feel like, darker rather than lighter. That makes sense to me. I don't know about to you. But yeah, what I like to do with my brows is get them kind of, I'm really into a nice full brow right now. I don't do the whole like super defined concealer brow. I prefer a bit more, not natural, like natural, but not like better than natural, I guess. Your brows, but better. So that's what I'm doing. I am using mostly drugstore products today, with the exception of the powder I use to set them is a MAC eyeshadow. It's just what I have that works. You could use a drugstore brow powder or something if you have one. Okay, so I have this little spoolie here. This is just something I actually took off the end of a brow pencil that has a spoolie, because this one just has like a brush thing. It's okay, but I like to also have a spoolie. Brush the brows, just mostly to get rid of like excess product in it, because I have done my face makeup. And then with the main product I'm using, which I love this is the Essence Eyebrow Designer in Blonde. I've talked about it before. It's a really good consistency and color for my brows. With a brow pencil, the ideal consistency is like waxy enough that it draws on somewhat easily, but not waxy enough that it's just going to slip off. You want something with a little more grip for the day to wear. And then the color is actually very cool tone, which I like because a lot of brows pencils do lean quite orangey on me, just because my natural brows are so ashy that everything looks more red than they naturally do. This still warms them up just a little, but not too much. It's a little warmer than the Dip Brow, which is one of my other products I use a lot. So the technique I use, which I've mentioned this before, is kind of similar to what Jaclyn Hill did in her most recent brow. What I do first is just brush them up. You could just use the spoolie for this if you want, but since it's already in my hand, I'm just using the pencil. And then I'm going to go in, and what I'm going to do is draw the line. I'm going to explain this before I do it, since it's hard to do it while to do the action while I talk. So I'm going to draw kind of just directly under, not too harshly, but you know, kind of more defined there. And then I'm going to flip the pencil to the side to get a more feathery stroke and just lightly fill in the brow. So I'm going to do that. This is super quick once you get used to it. Even when I first did it, it wasn't hard, but now I just can do it so easily. Next step is to brush it downwards, which is gonna look really weird because I don't think anyone actually wears their brows this way. It's kind of bushy. I find that this step of brushing it down is actually what gives my brows a really great shape. Like when I just used to do it just the one direction, I didn't get this definition on the top, and I think it's made all the difference. So I'm going to do the same steps, just doing the top this time. And I should mention that when I'm doing the filling in of the brows, I do the whole brows both times, and it just kind of makes sure you don't miss anything. Sorry for this weird headpiece I got going on just to keep my hair out of the way. Okay, so as you can see, that gets the brows nice and defined. Now I will say that since this is a drugstore product, it's not gonna last as well as like an Anastasia product. So that's why I do set it with a powder. First, let me just spoolie on through one more time to make sure the shape's the way I want it. And then I go in with one of two products, depending what I'm feeling. I either go with MAC's Wedge or MAC's Copperplate. Let me show you both of them. As you can see, they're both cooler toned. This one's a little warmer, which I've been into recently, so I'm going to use that. But I do like to use a cooler tone because, like I said, I do have cool eyebrows. It obviously depends on you. I go in with my Real Techniques brow brush. This is kind of thick, so if you're going for like a dip brow or something, it's going to be a little too thick to work with that. But for just setting an already existing brow shape, it's fine. So I just go in and I'm going to set this. I'm kind of smudging over it, but I'm also just kind of setting it. Like, I'm not really going to create a shape with this because we already did that. The last step for the brows is to set them with a gel. Depending on the day, I could either use a clear gel or a tinted one. These are both from the drugstore just because I haven't made the plunge to splurge on a brow gel yet, but these work fine. This is the Milani Clear Brow Shaping Gel and the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Plumper in light medium. So depending if the brows are looking like already good to me, I'll use the clear, or if I'm thinking they need a little something extra, we'll use this. Let me see. Today I think I am going to go with the Brow Stylist Plumper, but of course it's up to you. This has a little pointed brush, so it's pretty easy to use, and I'm just going to comb that on through. Use a really feathery light stroke with this so you don't get too much on, because obviously you don't want your brows to be like clumpy. Never a good look. So that's the brow done. You can see it's not too different from my natural brow, but it definitely makes a big difference on the face, gives it a nice lift. So with the magic of editing, I'm going to go do this one, and I'll be back to show you the finished look with the rest of my makeup. So that is the brows with the rest of my makeup done. This tutorial is coming up soon if you're interested. But yeah, that is the brows. I love this brow look. I've been obsessed with it recently. Can't get enough. If you guys found this helpful at all, please be sure to like below. Give any brow tips as well, any products you like, because I think we're all always looking to improve our brow game. Yeah, but anyways, if you liked it, be sure to like it below. Subscribe to see more from me. I hope to talk to you guys soon. Have a great day. Bye.